In 2010, an outspoken, non-apologetic man of the people ran for mayor in the world-renowned city of Toronto. Up against strong establishment candidates, this man distinguished himself from the pack with his loud, brash, straight-talk style. Yes, I'm talking about Rob Ford. At the time, his run was considered little more than a joke. Yes, before the crack scandal, before Mr. Ford had even considered becoming mayor, he was known for misguided conservative policies and antics as a councillor, including gems like this.
This is an insult to my constituents to even think about having a homeless shelter in their ward. And you want me to have a public meeting to discuss this? Why don't we have a public lynching?
And this.
Why don't you just call him a fat fuck?
Yeah, why do you say that? Why do you say that?
Why did you just call him a fat fuck?
You did. You said that. You did that.
Why did you? I just heard you.
That's right. You heard it. Okay. What did you say?
What?
Oh, why are you going away? Can't you face the music? Why can't you say that? Why can't you say that? Why can't you say that? What you said? Yes, you did. You called me a fat fuck right in front of it. Right in front of it. Why did you do it?
He was also, and still is, rich. Not self-made man rich, but inherited wealth from his father kind of rich. So wait, an outsider, loud, straight talker, inherited wealth. Who does this remind you of? Of course, Donald Trump. Mainstream media was shocked by the popularity of Rob Ford, who ended up winning the mayoral race in 2010 by almost 100,000 votes. The media appeared equally perplexed by the popularity of Trump, leading to hundreds of stories on why is Donald Trump popular. The fact remains that Trump and Ford share more than just a unique ability to dumbfound mainstream media. They share like-minded supporters. More specifically, the misinformed supporter. So you may be thinking, misinformed? Yeah, obviously. But no, there's actually more to it than that. There's an important distinction to be made between the misinformed supporter and the uninformed. A study done by a group of political scientists at the University of Illinois at Urbana-Champaign looked into the phenomenon of the misinformed voter. In it, the study says, people are misinformed when they hold wrong factual beliefs confidently. Wrong factual beliefs. Confidently. It's all right there. Rob Ford supporters, Donald Trump supporters, they are not uninformed people. They're informed. They're just informed with the wrong information. More from this study. Television news, the dominant source of information in American society, seeks to gain and maintain its viewers' interest. Rather than present general facts and place them in context, it reports specific events and personal situations. And the more vivid, the better. So mainstream news distorts reality in order to hold your attention. If this wasn't already apparent, maybe with the rise of the misinformed voter, it finally is. Mainstream news has a massive influence on public opinion, especially for those over 35 who still watch the news. The misinformed also hold the distinction of being very confident in their misinformation. This is a graph showcasing one of the questions the study asked participants. In this case, a question with the right or wrong answer. What percentage of American families is on welfare? This blue solid line is the level of confidence respondents had in their answers, while this pink dotted line is the amount of responses an answer got. Are you with me? Good. Okay, back when the study was done, what percentage of American families were actually on welfare? The answer is 7%. Only 47% of those who got the question right reported being very or highly confident that they got it right. Meanwhile, those who got it wrong, by grossly overestimating the number at 25%, were the most confident in their answer at 74%, confident in their completely wrong answer. This from the study. Most significantly, those holding the least accurate beliefs perversely expressed the highest confidence in them. So the people who were more confident in their answers were actually wrong. The study goes on to say, although factual inaccuracy is troublesome, it is the I know I'm right syndrome that poses the potentially formidable problem. It implies not only that most people will resist correcting their factual beliefs, but also that the very people who most need to correct them will be the least likely to do so. The I know I'm right syndrome. Do you know anyone like that? Are they voters? So yes, they believe they have the correct information. And when you challenge them on that, well, a different study, this one from the University of Michigan, shows that even when you try to correct misinformation, in many cases, it actually causes the misinformed person to double down on their misinformation. In each of the 4 experiments, Ideological subgroups fail to update their beliefs when presented with corrective information that runs counter to their predispositions. Indeed, in several cases, we find that corrections actually strengthen misperceptions among the most strongly committed subjects. So even when attempting to educate the misinformed with the actual facts, they often still stick with their original view. So what happens when you take someone who's been misinformed, someone who could now be considered a victim of misinformation, and turn them into a politician? You get Rob Ford and Donald Trump. Let me explain. Many politicians have a quasi-sleaziness about them, that intangible quality, often referred to as the car salesman trait. The scale ranges from as low as Obama and as high as Ted Cruz. But candidates like Trump and Ford operate outside that scale because they don't hold back and pretty much say whatever is on their mind. So yes, they're authentic, but completely unaware of the facts. It's also worth noting that authenticity is what has helped Bernie Sanders in his campaign. Except Bernie Sanders is informed, with a large swath of his supporters being young, educated people who grew up on the internet. With Donald Trump at the top of the Republican polls, and Bernie Sanders going from invisible to now topping Hillary Clinton in a number of Democratic polls, it's clear people are tired of the status quo. Citizens no longer want to resort to the lesser of two evils. So what does that mean? Well, if you find misinformation, correct it. Or kill that person.
That is a verbal assault. That is a verbal assault. That is a verbal assault. No, I am standing right here.
Why did you do it?
That's exactly.
I want to know why
you
you
said
said
that. You said that. No, this is a public space.
I'd like to know why you said it.
Why did you say that? You said that right
Why
there.
are you running, Barber?
Why are you running, Barber?
Gentlemen. Rob, come on. Rob, forget it.